going to talk a little bit about the Online Safety Act. Now, civil society groups and privacy advocates have raised significant concerns about the use of personal data for age verification under the UK's Online Safety Act. Their statements are important. They highlight potential risks to both your privacy, my privacy, and the security of our data. Now, you're probably aware one of the main effects of the Online Safety Act is to force content providers to check people's age, and that means age verification. Now, people are kind of in favour of the Act, but they're not so much in favour of this age verification because it involves putting a lot of your important details, if you want to watch pornography or something like that, perfectly legal, you will have to supply a passport or credit card details to these sites. But first of all, I just want to point out one important flaw with this Act and the age verification processes that have been implemented, absolutely all of them, that at the moment they're completely simple to bypass with a VPN. Now, I'm not going to show you exactly, but I'll give you a quick demonstration here and how easy it is to circumvent. Now, you can easily bypass these geographical restrictions and age checks using a VPN. So let me just show you. Now, I won't go to one of these age verifications particularly. I'll go to a site that's basically blocked access based on your location, which is the same thing. They've decided not to implement age verification. They're just blocking it because they can't be bothered to implement it. This is an AI art site. There's nothing particularly adult on it, but they don't want to take the risk. And you can see, if I try and access this site, I just get blocked because I've got a UK IP address. Now, I just want to show you how quickly it is easy to bypass this. And this works the same for age verification. I'm using the extension. I've been using NordVPN for many years. It's one of the biggest VPN services in the world. Discount link in the description below if you want to get a cheap copy. And I'll just show you. This is the extent. It's not the full program, but you get all this included in the main subscription. This is the Chrome extension. I use it. It's quite easy to use. And you can see it sits in my taskbar. Do I want to bypass the Online Safety Act? Yes. Let me go to France. I click on the France button. I could click on Germany or USA or Canada or anything there, really. But I'm going to make a French connection. There's a film there. And let me just show you how now I've got a French IP address. So the Online Safety Act doesn't apply to me. Let me just refresh this page and I'll be able to go into it. And that would be the same if you went to an adult website and they were forcing age verification, and in fact they do, to UK only IP addresses, because these sites are sort of worldwide, you'd get the age verification. With a French IP address, you wouldn't. And that's how easy it is. It really is very simple to use. And, of course, all our children are using VPNs. They've been using them for years. My son was using a VPN to access a Minecraft server when he was 10. So I don't know what about other kids. Okay, so it's very simple to bypass, which is a big problem. But we're going to talk here as well about the security of our data. Now, just to get this in perspective, we're talking about tens of thousands of sites, often in the adult industry, who are being trusted with controlling or handling or processing our personal data. You're handing your passport or your driving license details to these sites. Let's just have a look at some of the big sites that have lost customer data. So Equifax in 2017, 147 million people. Plenty in the UK as well, and they lost social security numbers, birth dates, addresses, credit card numbers. Huge number. Yahoo, a very big company, was bigger in 2013-14 than it is now, but 3 billion accounts they lost. They exposed names, email addresses, phone numbers, security questions, and hashed passwords in their case. This is a big, well-funded company. British Airways lost 500,000. All credit card details, traveling booking info. Marriott Hotels, big hotel chain in 2014, didn't admit to it till 4 years later, and it happened for 4 years before they noticed it. Adult Friend Finder in 2016, 400 million accounts had their emails, passwords. These particularly relevant because this is a sort of site, but on a much, much smaller, less funded scale, that you're handing your passport to prove you're over 18. Have you got a problem with that? I certainly have. Ticketmaster UK 2020, millions of users again. UK-based case, they were fined, but this stuff goes on. And these are much, much bigger companies with big IT departments that are having this issue. Let's just have a look at some of these quotes with a privacy concern. This is from Big Brother, Madeline Stone. This broad spectrum of third-party companies, and she's talking about the age verification people here primarily, will be holding some of the most personal data about you, which can be linked to what you do online, your internet browsing. Now, not everybody wants all their details connected with these specific sites. I mean, it can be just simple pornography, but people have got lots of sexuality stuff that they want to keep private. You're suddenly no longer private, and it makes a huge risk to blackmail and stuff like that. It's a tempting target for online thieves and crooks. The public is having to choose between not being able to freely access the internet or handing over huge troves of personal data to a series of third-party companies, hacking, data breaches, and data thefts. This is basically referring to data centralization, what we've told not to do. Don't send our personal details and confidential information online to anybody. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Don't give it to everybody. Once it gets out there, you've got no control over it whatsoever. Even if the company is secure, they may pass it on to somebody else. You don't know. Index on Censorship, which is a big privacy organization, their perspective from an article called The Online Safety Act by Jemima Steinfeld. The fallibility of technology, hallelujah to that, means that the privacy of all of us could be compromised as new rules on age verification come into force. The Act's ideals are laudable. We all agree that minors shouldn't have access to pornography, but this isn't the way to do it, because we're sacrificing everybody's privacy in return for this, and any minor can get a VPN and bypass it just like everybody else too. It's a precarious balance. You're aiming to protect children, but technology has inherent vulnerabilities, and the internet more so, which can undermine privacy for all. There's loads of bad stuff that can happen from this on the privacy side. ICO, and this is the Information Commissioner's Office in the UK, he's talking here. I really recommend for those of you who are looking at uses of biometric technology to actually pause and just think. This is a cautionary tone from the regulator itself, but even when using potentially helpful biometric methods, you're putting in another form of identification up onto the internet for other people to use. You've got to rigorously assess the risks and ensure fairness and privacy by design. Is a 2-bit porn site going to do that? I severely doubt it. So here's a quick summary. Data centralization. Sensitive personal information, we've been told over the decades not to put it online. But sensitive personal information stored by numerous third-party creates just a target for hacking groups. They will pick one of these companies or one of the third-party age verification people and go after them. And then they've got loads of data. They've got all our credentials. They've got identification, and they've got an idea of what we do online as well. There's a single point of failure. Any solitary compromised provider could expose huge amounts of data. Excuse me. Especially with the third-party verification people. The complexity of biometric using face scans or ID, it's a special category data. We don't really know what this entails. What will your fingerprint scan or your facial scan data could be used for in 5 years? I don't know. It changes so quickly. Do you want it uploaded onto a myriad websites before that happens? I don't know. The children are already bypassing this biometric one because there's a couple of video games where you can just control people's animated faces, and they're just pointing their phones at that to verify their age. People figured that out 24 hours after the Safety Act came in. And technology's fallibility, obviously even these secure systems can be breached. Privacy concerns are very, very real. They're not just theoretical. And people saying that if you don't believe in this act, you're on the side of paedophiles and whatever are just completely misguided here. This is not our issue with it. There are serious problems with this act and the way that we're being forced to verify our age with personal details. Okay, so that's the end of the video for now. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a good time.